I realized this whole time I'm not recording. Oh well. I don't think I said anything pertinent anyway, aside from if this doesn't work, then I'll sell those Cavernaland cedars. The only thing that concerns me is there's no growth stage between this and the seeding, and so I don't know if you have a cedar that has fertilizer, if it doesn't count. So we're going to find out if this is 1 or 2 once we're done.
All right, I got all the seed and the fertilizer stacked on that trailer.
Cool. And if this doesn't work, we just won't ever do the oilseed rabbit. Well, or we just, for now, until we get a cedar that doesn't have fertilizer. Because there's a lot of extra time and effort that goes into this, so if it's not going to work, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I just totally turned while I was cultivating. It's a no-no.
Good night, Daddy.
I love you, Lolly. Good night.
See you tomorrow.
See you in the morning. I still think it's a neat process, though, to go through all this.
Yeah.
You know, I hope it works, because it would be really cool to be able to do it this way. It's basically, I don't want to say it's free fertilizer, because you still have to pay for the seed, but the seed's cheaper. And since you could do your fields, at least the base fields, like 10 times using the seed that you have, it ends up being a lot less expensive than doing fertilizer, but then it costs in time, because it took a whole day for it to grow.
So far it actually looks like it is counting as a fertilizer based on the map.
Good. We'll have to see as we seed if it goes to a second stage or not. Pardon me. Cough, cough. I'll tell you what, the one thing, the Alka-Seltzer really does make me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely is some kind of infection. I'm hoping that it goes away without me having to get antibiotics.
That case looks so good.
I know, they're great. I don't want to sell them, but it's at the same time, we have to upgrade at some point. It's
Not
been
gonna
like,
lie though, for you know the tractors that they give you, they're actually pretty beefy tractors.
yeah, they are. They're nice. And I guess if you look back, you know, those Dutz Far tractors that they gave us in the first game, in 15, were pretty beefy too.
Mm-hmm.
They were nice. But they just gave you that same tractor over and over again, and so it got old. Unless you're a Deutz Far fanatic, you know.
Yeah.
But this is nice because now we have several different tractors to pick from that are from this era. But I didn't realize how expensive they were. It really is crazy how the maintenance is really expensive on these.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, the one thing I do like about playing with the joystick, like instead of using the steering wheel and stuff, is that I've been lounging the whole night. So like I'm leaned back in my chair, you know, like totally relaxed and comfy.
Since my legs only bend at 30 degrees, I can't.
Yeah,
really
you wouldn't even be able to do
push
it.
the chair in.
Yeah, like can you drive and stuff or no?
No. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can now that I have this, you know, just the adjustable brace.
But that'd be a risk.
Yeah, my wife's no.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Especially with my calf being locked out like that, like the way it is now.
Yeah, I smashed up my right knee. I was in a band for about 10 years, and we had some band friends that would hang out with us. And we were goofing around one night. You know, we were teenagers, just being silly. And my friend Keith slapped me and then ran away, and I ran after him to smack him back. And he slammed the door. There was this. We used to practice in this warehouse.
Yeah.
And it was like our bass player's dad owned this like wood furniture warehouse, and it was great because we had these. It was like almost like an airplane hangar. We'd slide these huge doors open, and it was out in the country. And so in the summer, like when it was warm out, the breeze would come and blow through the building, and you have like a nice breeze going.
Yeah.
And then we just practiced there, and it was really cool. It was like an ideal spot for like band practice because you're outside but you're inside, and it was really neat. But anyway, he was running through, and he slammed one of these big, like industrial steel doors, and I was running after him, and the door did not shut all the way. It popped back open. And it popped back open right into my knee.
Oof.
And, I mean, that put me down for probably a good, 2 or 3 weeks. I had to wear same thing, like wear a brace like what you're wearing. Obviously, the damage, I didn't have to have surgery done. But in hindsight, maybe I should have. Because, now, I have all kinds of problems with that knee.
Yeah.
And, my left knee is not great, but my right knee is just done. And it's very painful. Like I have a hard time with steps and stuff. Like I go because I have to, but it takes me a long time to get upstairs because my knee just doesn't bend anymore, and it's really painful.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, if I lost a few, I'd probably not have so much of an issue with it. But
thank God you don't have this brace, because especially with how swollen my knee is right
oh
now,
man,
especially the affected areas, that the pivotal point where it has that pivot point, it puts a lot of pressure on my knee whenever I bend it.
Oh,
Kind of sucks.
totally sucks.
It's a real puzzle trying to get into the shower too, because I have to take it off and stuff, but I have to sit on the edge and then try to swing my foot over and then try to find something to push me up, and it sucks.
That totally sucks. So how much longer do you have to wear it? I mean, obviously it's going to be a while till after the surgery, at least.
With the way how it works, especially since, if it was just my MCL or maybe my meniscus, I wouldn't have been, I wouldn't really have to wear a brace. I mean, I'd have to wear a stabilizer till my bone heals, of course, because it's not fully healed yet. But since the fact that I pretty much shredded my ACL, it's a long recovery process.
That sucks.
That's why they're trying to get ready to put me on Limdo.
Now, when you say that, you're saying limb as an L-I-M-B?
L-I-M-B-O. I don't really know the correct spelling, but that's just how I pronounce it.
Limdo. And what does that mean? Is it is it short for something?
I don't know exactly, but I just know it's, it pretty much changes me. So, whenever I was on ship, you stand duty once every 6 days. So with Limdo, you kind of come into work, or you kind of do, random little BS things, because they know that you're injured, of course. But I only have to stand duty once every 20 days and stuff like that, and then of course I have to go through a medical review board. Look at that, I still get to do the last pass.
Though there's a little teeny bit that I'm getting on the edge. And it is changing color. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Maybe. So when you say stand duty, that means just you have to show up and...
You're on base the whole day. So
okay.
Standing duty on the ship, you cannot leave the ship.
Wow, but how are they going to... I don't know, it's weird. How are they going to enforce... I don't know. That's just... okay, I'm injured. Can I go? So far, so good. This is pretty easy. I'm just curious to see. In fact, while you're doing this, I'm going to let you go ahead and finish this field.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try something with the cedar just to see what it does. If it actually is going to give us a second layer.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll park this right here. I'll catch up with you in a sec. I mean, I'll come back, but I just want to see if it counts. And I wonder if this cedar will work without having... I don't know. It's interesting.
That's actually really cool about the oilseed radish. I never really knew that.
I didn't either. That's a new thing. I'm always learning stuff. That's what I like about this game. You kind of learn stuff. Every iteration, you learn new things.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see here. I'm going to do a row and see what it shows. So right now, if I look at the map, it's going to show us something here. Looking at the fertilization, soil composition. All right, so it's that color. All right, so we should see... That's not cruise control. That is. We're going to run down and run back. Now, this seeder does not have any, what do you call it, the ridge markers. Nope. So there's no way to tell. And so I wonder if this doesn't run, maybe we'll seed these fields using the other seeders, and we'll save this for when we don't do it.
It's changing color.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, good. So it does count. So there you go. So that works. So this can be our second stage. That's really nice. I think I'm going to go ahead and continue to seed this field.
Yeah, no problem.
That way it doesn't grow unevenly. Because, you know, sometimes if you jump out and then jump back in and don't do it all at once, it changes it.
Yeah.
And then on that last field, I'll join you to do the cultivating together. And the field you're on. And I just want to show the viewers, too, so they can see.
Oh, yeah.
So if you look in close here, you can see, oh, yep, it worked. Perfect. So from now on, but we'll see how the soil composition goes with the last question is, does it affect how many times you can plant, like, before you have to plow? Because we shouldn't have to plow for 3 turns.
It was quite odd that I actually had a lot of fun plowing.
It's because it's group plowing. Though I've liked plowing. I've done it on some of my, like the Animal Farm series. I did all those fields and I didn't even have to. It depends on what kind of...
I like how they give you the option, you know, to turn it on or turn it off. And you can even turn, you know, how many different fertilizer states you need, or if you want to only do one.
Yeah, I like doing them all. I think this game needed
more.
I know people, it's not, but you're right. Not everybody likes doing the tillage. So there's some people that don't like that part of the game, and that way they can turn it off and not have to do it. But I like it. I think it's a farm sim. I want to do farm work, and part of that is doing the field work. I think Seth has passed out already. Nope, he's shaking his head no.
Oh, the in-cab view with this soil mod is great. Bumping around and...
I'm doing it from the outside. I don't want to miss. Yes, Seth. I'm sorry. You will be if you lay down there and be quiet. Very slowly you'll fall to sleep. And the next thing you know, it'll be tomorrow. Yep. Oh, yeah, I like it too. I like the way it bounces around. That is cool. I'm glad they did that. What? Wait, make the deal again? And what's interesting is it's not using it's using less fertilizer. I mean, like, I've literally used like 2% of my fertilizer.
Yeah. I honestly don't know if it has to deal with the size of the tool that you're using or not. Something to maybe look at later on.
Well, no, I've gone through a decent amount of seed. But the fertilizer, I have not gone through any.
If I rub your neck or scratch your back or rub your shoulders when we go to bed.
What?
Can I?
You want to stay in here is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Deal.
Can I stay up?
Yeah, rub my neck. I'm making deals. Seth's gonna rub my neck and then he can stay in the bed.
I was gonna stay in the bed no matter what.
Lower here, bud.
I was staying in the bed no matter
It's so
what.
funny. Like now, all the kids like lower here, like right there.
Yeah, I was staying in your bed no matter what.
Yeah. They just always, all the kids always want to be in my bed, and I have to give them like one each a turn at night because
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
what I was saying was,
it's too many. Because Ryan sleeps in here now too, so it's like Ryan's in here with me, and then it's like I got a little kid, so they have to take turns. I can't do all of them at once,
Yeah.
It's too crowded.
I don't know how that's gonna work whenever my wife and I have kids, because
Well,
she hogs the bed.
I don't. But when I was married, we didn't. I mean, the kids just went in their own beds. Sometimes they'd come in the middle of the night, but we didn't let them stay in the bed. I think that's it's hard. It's hard when you do that because and you don't sleep as well. Like I know, especially when they're little babies. Like when we had Mark, the first, he was the first one, and we put him in a crib in the room, and it's like all night long. He's like. It's like you're like, is he gonna cry? Is he gonna cry? Is he gonna cry? It's like all night long you're on pins and needles. Is the kid gonna cry?
Yeah.
And
he cried.
and he didn't cry. I mean, he did cry, but it was like when we figured out, oh, you just put them in the other room, and then when they cry and they're hungry, you'll hear them. They're like, it's like there's no mistaking it. So that was a learning thing for us. We were like, nope, you can go in your own room now.
Daddy?
And what's funny is even like when we got to Mater, he just slept really well. Like he had his days and nights right, and he would sleep during the night, and be up during the day. And we had no issues with him whatsoever. What's up, Seth?
My deal was, I'd rub your neck or scratch your back or rub your shoulders when we went to bed if I could play on your laptop. Get the scratches on your
No, I think it's time for you to start heading to bed, Lily. It's
I'm
really
not
late.
tired.
I'm not tired.
I bet you I could jog like a whole mile and not be tired.
Jog a whole mile? I'd like to see that. I don't think I could get to the end of the driveway. Like,
I could run in circles like a billion times.
I've never been much of a runner. You guys used to do pretty good when you were in Cap, Ryan. Mark did really good. You didn't. Mark was down like a 6-minute mile. That's not too bad. Man, that BMT, I don't know how you guys did that. Ugh. All the running that Mark had to do all the time. And you guys probably, in the Navy, they probably push you harder, don't they? Or is it the same?
There was a lot in boot camp, but basically we have a PRT every 6 months.
Wait, what does that mean?
So you have to do like a certain amount of push-ups and sit-ups.
Oh, okay.
Age group, and then you have to run a mile and a half within a certain allowed amount of time.
Okay, I think Mark still has to do PRT too.
So I guess I got lucky and I got opted out for this cycle. So
Yeah.
PRT's actually next week, so
I think they.
no way I'm running it.
But I'm not even tired.
Seth, you have to go to bed.
I'm not tired.
Mom is gonna. Yeah,
Mom's not here.
I know that, but she'll be like, you go to her house and she'll be like, why are you still awake? Because Dad lets me stay up till 1 o'clock. What? And then then my phone will be like, ring, 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 and then she'll be like, why is he staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning? What are you doing? These kids are running.
Okay, kids, time for bed. Okay, Mommy, brush your teeth. Okay, Mommy, go to bed or else. No, I'm just going to bed.
Seth. I just don't want to hear it. I'm sorry, what, Ryan? What are you talking about? To play bass on it? You plug a 1/4 inch into those front jacks, right? You have a 1/4 inch. You have one that goes into the pedal and one that goes into the thing. Where did my other cables go? I had like 3/4 inch cables. Well, that's probably where they are. You're almost done, dude. Just get it done.
Almost done, but I have to like stop every 5 minutes.
Okay. Whatever works.
It makes me busy.
Whatever works, Ryan.
Dad, Ryan, tell Dad I'm not tired.
I'm not tired.
Stop it. I will whack your mic.
Don't whack my mic.
I will go.
Puh. Yes, Ryan, you may turn the light on.
Tita.
No, I can't see at all.
I can see.
Blindy the pirate. Arg! I can't see. I know you're not tired, Seth.
Blind Beard the pirate.
Blind beard.
That's SpongeBob.
Blimey.
Daddy,
What?
I'm not tired.
I'm not tired.
I'm like ready to go. I'm ready to face the night.
See how he wheedles his way into not going? He's still not even in the bed yet.
I was.
Seth.
I made my way out because I'm not.
The only thing I don't like about this tractor is that exhaust pipe's right in the middle of the front view, so it's hard to see like exactly what line you're
A
on.
little bit nicer for the in-cab view.
Right. It's like, where am I going? I don't know. I can't see. The hard thing about upgrading tractors is that they're so expensive. If you want a modern one that has the same horsepower ratings, 10 minutes and then you can do that. Watch the clock. Oh, wrong button. Totally failed there.
This is Ruby 101.
Yep,
What's the times 101?
that's right.
This is such a good idea at the time.
It seemed like such a good idea at the time.
My dear.
Did you ever hear The Darkness?
Mm-mm.
The band? They were kind of... It's hard to explain them.
It's hard to
My cousin introduced them to me, and he's pretty funny because he likes like really like weird, obscure bands. And
Joe?
yeah, cousin Joe.
Like band of horses?
Like no, they're not really obscure. Like the Jellyfish or like Ben Folds 5, like stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like just people that not a lot of people have heard of. And so he came up to me with this one band. He's like, check this out. And he's a huge Queen fan. And these guys are from England. And what they did was,
Dust.
all right, Seth, stop. They released I think it was like in the early 2000s they released their album, and it's a parody kind of like all the 80s like metal hard rock music.
Yeah.
But they're really good at it. And their harmonies were unbelievable, but the lyrics are just ridiculously like silly. And anyway, that was one of the songs that they sang. But it's if you ever get a chance to check them out, I forget what the name of the song is, but they have it's The Darkness, and I forget what the name of the album is even. But it's just
Such a good idea at the time.
it's really funny. Like it's just, but they're really good at it. It's like their parody, almost like Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
But like parody music, but it's really good. It's really well done. And then I guess what happened with the funny thing was the guy actually lived the lifestyle, so he ended up having to go into like rehab and stuff, just like all the '80s metal stars.
What's rehab?
Like because he drank too much, and so they put him in rehab.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
If I bet you if you spun, you'd make a crazy light show.
Now the only thing I'm noticing is the tractors have not yet gotten dirty.
You might have to get off.
So I wonder if it changes that a little bit.
You might have to
Mine's
off.
getting there a little bit.
Is it starting to? Well, now we
on
did
my
clean
end.
it off. To your credit, we did clean it off.
That's symmetrical. It's not cool looking.
What's
I'm
symmetrical?
on the wheel
Oh, yeah.
wells.
Ugh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Plus, I think you have the setting on slow, don't you?
Yeah, that probably makes a difference too. The equipment's getting dirty though.
B-O-G. Beedog B.
So that's cool. So the last stage then is once these grow one phase, we're gonna run the weeder on them, and the weeder should also make it a fertilizer stage.
Yep. And it'll be the last one.
And that's it. So we really only have to purchase fertilizer once.
Yeah, it's just a little bit more work, but it's honestly quite well worth it because you're using less, you know.
Right.
Fertilizer costs so much.
Yeah, the fertilizer is super expensive. So,
Yeah, this little online radio, I'm listening to the stroke right now. It's great. It's a great song to call. Wow, totally jumbled up for words. It's a great song to cultivate too.
oh, I guess I needed to update, huh, Seth?
That must be one of those things you click to do later tonight.
I love that little barrel weight.
Yeah, I like that too.
Toxic gasoline.
It's homemade.
Whoa!
Uh-oh.
This is honestly a great looking game.
They really improved. Like I said, I didn't think it was going to be that improved, and it still has its 15 roots for sure.
Yeah.
But it does look really sharp, and I think the biggest thing is that they were able to get the frame rates so that they're consistently good, and that makes it just feel a lot smoother all the way around.
Yeah. Especially in multiplayer, I'm having almost no problems ever.
Yeah, pretty much everybody that I've played with, and I mean we're just running through a local. I mean I don't have a rented server or anything. It's all just in my house. So we have pretty good internet here though, but I'm uploading videos right now as we're playing.
Yeah, I have some pretty decent, internet connection myself. But even on the dedicated servers, they still do like that with the front loader attachment thing.
Yeah.
It still does that.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, that didn't get. But at least it's consistently like that. It's not like
It's not horrible.
it doesn't get real far behind. You guys need to clean that screen off, man. It's like, did you dribble all over my laptop? Blech. You guys are always messing. I'm thinking about getting a bigger monitor. I think I told you that already because you're saying you're using a 32-inch.
Yeah.
Now, how does that work? Do you lose some clarity though because it's a TV or?
No, because you can. It automatically, based on your video card, it automatically finds the best resolution for you.
Okay.
And I usually use an HDMI cord directly from the TV, plugged straight into my video card.
Yeah, that's what I would be doing.
And then just of course just gotta kind of match up the resolutions with the game with my screen.
And what is it? 1920 by 1080? Is that what you're running at?
Right now my screen is running. I think I gotta go up to. It's like 1733 by 330. I don't know, some kind of kooky number.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's Frog's Day.
And then I have like a lot smaller monitor for my right hand side here. That's what I put on my on my extras over on that screen.
What happened, Ryan? Wait, what happened? Okay. One of the nice things about the SSDs is when you need to reboot, it literally is like 7 seconds.
Yeah.
He just rebooted and he's already almost back up again. Like, man, it's like, snap, done. Bad breath? I need to floss. I haven't flossed in like, we ran out of flossers. I haven't flossed in like 2 weeks. I'm like, dragon breath.
I actually brushed last night.
My gums are rotten.
I'll be right back. I gotta grab me some aspirin. My knee's just aching.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Does he gotta go?
No, he needed to get aspirin. His knee is hurting.
Ow!
Don't be hurting.
You're just sitting there like this.
Well, that kind of feels good. Ooh, that doesn't feel good.
That's how he's turning my head.
'Cause it seems like such a good idea at the time. Blah, 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 blah.
It literally was like this.
I can't wait till Mark gets me my truck. I'm waiting patiently.
Walk off with my hands.
So my little experiment worked, and I'm glad to see that it did. So we are now going to be able to get fertilizing with the equipment that we have without having to keep running the fertilizer. And I think that that is a great addition to Jurassic Park. We're going to dump the cedar. Actually, he needs more seed. Don't run on the field. It's crazy how fast money goes, though. You know, it's like we bought that harvester, and that's it, man. All the money's gone. I'm going to fill this thing up. Sweet. Cedarplex. All right, so thank you. Now, for some reason, I'm not able to get the seed off of here, am I? Filled up the fertilizer, but the seed's having a hard time. There we go. I wonder what's going to happen when one of them disappears, though. All right, so that's canola. Right, we're planting canola. Right, okay, I just panicked for a minute, but no, it's good. It's good. It's all good. It's all good. All righty. So we're going to go back to cultivating here. Now, once again, the only thing I don't like it, I'm seeing this tractor is not getting dirty at all.
Daddy?
Yes, Seth. But the ladder's starting to get a little bit of dirt on it. No, it's starting to. I think I'm going to set our dirt level back up to normal and see what happens. What are you doing, Ryan?
Why is this program so freaking slow?
Because it's slow!
I think you have to leave it. Nope, there's no there. You don't have to leave
Like loading each picture?
Yeah, and it keeps freezing up at random. Like I'll be doing something, it's like...
Is it that stupid mouse, though? Make sure your connector is close enough.
It's the thing, 'cause it's the keyboard.
I don't know.
It's fine, it's just that the program itself keeps freezing.
It's because the program sucks. How was your aspirin?
I had to go all the way downstairs to get it.
Ouch. Like, oh, ow, ow.
It sucks because as soon as I got to, as soon as I got to get up, then I have to lock that thing at 0 degrees, so I'm all peg-legged.
So now is your wife out tonight, or is she asleep?
She must have came up and just went to bed already, because she was down there with the light on watching Grey's Anatomy, and now the light's off and doors are closed. So
I'm gonna try to catch up with you here. I'm never gonna make it.
I'll wait up.
So if you were in Portage, did you usually is that Chapel Hill is where kind of near where you be, right?
Yeah. Chapel Hill's kind of more towards
A little bit more north?
Talmadge area, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. I mean, it's like right off the freeway. It's off of Route 8.
Yeah, Talmadge is like a half-hour drive from me.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you were down... Okay, so Portage Lakes then. I'm trying to think of where that is. Is that south of town? South of Akron?
Yes.
Okay, like more like Barberton area, or...
I was right next to Barberton.
Okay, all right.
You know where B&W is down there?
Yeah, and that would make sense, because that's why you're going to Belden Village, because Belden Village is down by like halfway between Akron and Canton, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, so that makes sense.
There, down by the strip and stuff.
Yep.
It's amazing how I still all remember all this stuff, man. I miss home.
You'll be back someday. We'll be back in the winter.
just sucks because my sister had her baby, and I have yet to actually see him.
Oh my gosh.
And then my other sister is about to have her baby here pretty soon. So it sucks 'cause you miss a lot.
Yeah. Now how? Like, we'll see with the Navy, you're never gonna get a duty station near home.
Maybe in Virginia. I mean, that's kind of close.
Yeah, at least it's not like a like a 4-day
25
drive,
miles,
right?
yeah. Kudos to my mom for doing that, because she's, my wife and I had, we had to pay for that, that moving truck, but my mom hauled it all down here for us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My best friend rode with her, and God for him, but they had a blast driving down.
I'm sure they did. They probably were.
Beautiful drive.
Yeah, they probably were having fun. Yeah, once you
Took
get
them
once you
2
get
days.
once you get past they did it in 2 days. Holy
Yeah.
cow. That's insane. Like nonstop, man.
Pretty much.
Wow.
My mom goes. I mean, she drives school bus, so.
Oh, that's so cool. My friend is driving school buses. It cracked me up. I'm like, what? He's a guitar player, and he's like, yeah, I drive buses occasionally. I'm like, that's so funny. Like, totally didn't picture him as the school bus driver, but he loves it.
Yeah, she gets the job done.
That's so funny. Oh, you get the last pass.
Missed.
leaving me some scraps there.
Here, take this.
Yeah, so the okay, so Portage. That's right. Portage Lakes is south. Oops, I just shut my tractor off again.
So I don't know if you between Barberton, you have like Springfield, and then you have North Green.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah, we're Manchester. That's where
okay, yeah,
right next to Green and right smack dab between Green and Coventry.
okay.
That one to 12.
Did we get? Let's see. So we have that one's seeded. So we just need to do these two now,
Yeah.
and we need to seed them with canola. It might be a while before we do animals. We'll have to see. I'd like to, with the next chunk of money, maybe upgrade some of these tractors,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe start buying some fields. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, things will get better as you get bigger, a little bit bigger cultivators and seeders.
Right, exactly.
Things will really even out. It's just the rough, it's always rough in the beginning.
Especially now that silage is gone.
It's there. It's just nerfed.
It's nerfed, right? Exactly. I suppose we could still mow and collect between,
Well, I mean, with the do you remember how much typically a silo would hold if it was 100%? And
a lot, like 500,000.
yeah, you can fit a lot more in a silo in 17 though.
Oh, okay. So it's still, but still not. Now, is there still a 20,000 limit on the is there still a 20,000 limit on the silage plant? Like when you dump it in?
No.
Is there any limit?
No.
Oh, so you can just keep dumping it in.
Yeah, they got rid of those stupid Flegel things where you had to advance time. Now you just keep going with the new one.
Oh, okay. So you still could potentially make just as much money.
Yeah, especially with those new conveyor belt systems that they added in.
Oh.
Oop, my bad.
That's okay. I'm like, stop it.
Oh, Dad, I'm guessing there's 10 worlds. There's a 10th world.
10 worlds.
Each one has 10 levels. Sure.
Nothing like a little 250 in the morning farming. It's keeping it rolling.
Heck yeah. It's only a little bit after 10 for me.
That means it's a little bit after 1 for me. I probably have to go to bed. I need to go to bed probably around 2 or 2:30 because I need to get up at 8 or 7:45.
See, I've gotten pretty, because pretty much all I have to do is just check, text my chief every morning, say, hey, hey, I'm alive. That's my phone muster.
Okay.
But I've kind of got it. It's kind of funny because my phone can do like the scheduled messages, so I just schedule a message for 6 a.m. and I don't even set an alarm. Last night was my first night. Today was my first day trying it, so I still set my alarm anyways. But yep, it's set. It was great. So I'm like, huh.
And then can you go back to bed? Are you able to get yourself to go back to sleep, or?
Kind of depends. I mean, because I don't really sleep that well, anyways.
Right. So it's
Just
more.
even on the couch down there, I still find myself trying to turn over and do this and that.
And then you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might
I
need.
don't know. Last night I was just so fed up with the brace that I just took it off whenever I felt, was trying to go to bed. That was a bad decision.
Oh no.
That hurt so bad in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I've had now. My knee is this year. This year I've not had the problem. I think because I've lost a little bit of weight, that I have not had the problem. Thanks, Ryan. He said a very little, but I have a little. I have lost probably about 20 pounds, and it's definitely, my knee has definitely gotten better.
Mm-hmm.
But there were times like last year where it would get cold and stuff, and then it really hurt. Like it would hurt so bad it would wake me up in the middle of the night. Same thing where you're just like, oh, oh.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's healing a little bit, so maybe, I don't know. Who knows? You gotta buy what? What's that, Ryan? Okay. I can't stand his voice. He's too deadpan. Deadpan. He has no life to his vocals. He sounds like he's reciting. I have. I don't like him. Yes, I have.
I think you're thinking of Hail the Sun.
No, Dance Gavin Dance is the one that sings the song about the dead person in the water.
No, that's Hail the Sun.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know what I'm talking about.
He's the one who's got the extremely high.
Oh.
No, he's really good.
Sings like a little girl.
He's pretty good at
Oh, he
singing.
does. He looks like he
Okay, I'm gonna be here. We're gonna hear copyright infringement. Ryan's gonna play me music. Hopefully, my microphone will not pick it up.
He's got a really high voice. Right, this part. I hear he's really high voice.
Sounds like a-
Whoops. He's singing falsetto,
I know. And he gets even higher, too. I like his voice.
but it's all computerized. It's not really his voice.
No, he does sing like that live. I've seen a ton of live.
It's so
Seems
funny.
like something's live.
Like for like advertisements on like the radio stations and stuff like that. For this simulator radio, it's like, if you like driving, flying, or plowing fields, then take this app with you.
Oh, it's so funny. Take this app with you.
And their screen guy is also.
'Cause I guess now it's an app that you can actually download on your phone.
So how did you get B? Is that your last name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy. So like Beedog, like yo dog.
It's just what my mom's always called me.
Beedog.
Mm-hmm.
So funny. Yeah, like Mater gets, I said, it's so funny because he probably doesn't even get the reference, but in World of Tanks, you have these badges. So like if you do really well in a tank, you get what's called a mastery badge,
Mm-hmm.
and it has an M on it. And so like there's four mastery badges. There's a 3, 2, a 1, and then an M is like the best of the best for the week. Like it's like you get it depending on like a weekly score.
I get that now. I get that nickname now.
And so I've always called Mater M badge. And so I said the other day, because he's like, don't call me Mater. I said, what? I'm like, well, what can I call you? And he's like, M-Badge.
Now, how'd you end up getting Mater? Because I love that nickname.
Oh, that's a long... We used to call him Man. Because he was like a little man, you know. He looked like a little old man. And then we started calling him Mr. Man. And then Mr. And then Monsieur. And then somehow that turned to Mater. I don't know how, but it just kind of...
Monsieur Man.
Yeah, la Monsieur, and then like Mater. I don't know. It's just I don't know, but it just happened. We made the transition from Monsieur to Mater,
Ryan,
and it all happened within the first like 4 months of his life.
You need to see this level.
More often than not, though, now we call him Matey, like M-E, like arg.
Yeah, arg.
Hey, matey.
Okay, then you can look just cruise level. You drive around the truck, and then stick it and launch it at you. Oh! Ow.
Yeah, I like Barberton. I like Lake Anna's pretty.
Mhm.
I've done a couple of photo shoots there for wedding parties, and then there's like a little courthouse thing that they turned into a reception hall there that I did one time. That was really fun. It was hot in there though. Oh man, they had no air conditioning because it's like a renovated building. I was like, oh come on. The last 2 years have been hot wedding summers. I'm just like, man, it's killing me. Like it's like, you know, like 70s during the week, and then like the weekend hits and it's 95, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you're killing me. And like everybody's doing outdoor weddings, all these girls with outdoor weddings, and like thunderstorms and 90 degree and 80% humidity, and I'm like,
What?
that was my last year, man. I'm done. I have one wedding next year, and then some video weddings. I don't mind the video as much. There's more hauling of equipment, but there's much less pressure,
Yeah.
and you can get away for a little bit, like because you got to set the cameras up and the audio up. So you set all during that time. You're not dealing with anybody. You can just kind of leave and be like, okay, I'm gonna go set up, you know,
Mhm.
and they leave you alone while you're doing it. It's a very different experience. When you're a wedding photographer, you're driving the show. You got to be on every minute of the day. It's like it's a lot more stressful.
Yeah.
So now, do you think you'll stay in, or you're gonna? Well, if you can, if they don't give you leave.
I take it day by day. You know,
Yeah, it's a hard decision to make.
I got 3 more years to decide.
I've got a friend who's in the Coast Guard, and he's pretty much at this point going to be going in for life because I think he's already at maybe like 10 years, yeah, or 11 years. Scribs.
It gets a lot better as you rank up and stuff.
Yeah, and he's like I think E6 or something like that. Like
Yeah.
it was cool. Okay, so they had the Coast Guard had like this innovators competition,
Mhm.
and they have and he had me make a commercial for him to demonstrate it. But they had like this mess kit thing, like or a emergency kit for like, and you guys probably have them too. If there's a hole in the hull, like if the boat gets hit or something and it cracks, they have like all these. They have like a tool kit that they have, like an emergency bag
Yeah.
that you can, you know,
Shoring kit.
yeah, it has like pitch in it and stuff like that, so you can shove it into the crack and get the leak to stop. And he designed this kit that, because you know in the original bag you just kind of stuff everything into the sack and then dump it out to get to it, like if it's an emergency. He made this like super organized like case, and then had it actually made. Like he took it to a manufacturer and had them actually make his design. And of course he won the award because it was just incredible. Like it made it so much more safe, you know, like.
Yeah.
And so now they're using it, like the Coast Guard's using it now, and he got promoted to 2 or 3 steps, like when he won it.
Wow.
And so he's like, yeah, I'm staying in. So it's cool. He got to pick where he wanted to go. And what's the matter, Ryan? Is it stopping again? What happened? It crashed? Oh, the internet went off?
Switching internet's constant.
Why?
Switching internets.
We might get disconnected, Mason. I don't know why my internet's being weird.
I can't connect.
No problem.
Here, listen, Ryan, pull that your wireless card towards the front of the computer so it's not so far back in there, you might be getting like some kind of echo or something because it's all jammed in. See if that helps it at all. Or disconnect it and reconnect it. I mean that's the other thing you can do is just start the network over on your end.
All you can do.
It's weird. His network card's freaking out.
Hmm.
We really just need to get a hub up here and split the cable. My bedroom's always been kind of sketchy for wireless. I have one cable run up from the basement through our vent, so my gaming computer, because I do a lot of uploads and stuff, it's hooked to that.
Mm-hmm.
The hub is like $40, $40 or $50 for. That's a fast one. I mean, it's gigabit.
Yeah, that's what I did back when I lived at my parents' house. I could not get wireless for nothing in my room.
Wireless sucks. I'm sorry, unless you're like right next to it. It's really not.
Yeah, that's why I just bought myself another wire. I bought my own wireless router, and next thing you know, I had like the best in the house.
Yeah, we just need to put I've already got the line run up here. We just need to put a hub in here, and put 3 or 4 cables up here. I try to wire everything. What's up, Seth? You said, "Hey, Daddy."
Tell you what, though, we've been manhandling these fields.
Imagine how fast it'll go when we have bigger equipment someday.
May do a lot more fast forward on the time, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. What's the matter, Ryan?
We have stuff that works fast wireless.
Yeah, well, the faster the wireless gets, the shorter the range gets, so that's the problem. Higher bandwidth means less range. So like 5.4, 2.4, 5.8. 5.8 wireless has a much shorter range than 2.4 does.
Yeah.
It's a shorter wavelength. The nice thing about my drone is that it operates all on 5.8. Even though it's a shorter range, there's less interference because there's not very many devices out in the open world that are using 5.8.
Yeah.
So you run into less interference issues. But all my other airplane stuff is 2.4 gigahertz. And they seem to work fine. I have had a couple lockouts with the cheap. I had an orange receiver in one of my airplanes, and oh man, I got locked out. It was so close to a crash. I was literally probably 3 feet off the ground when I regained control, and thankfully I had the sticks pulled back all the way for for my rudder or for my elevator, and so the plane shot up off the ground like right before it hit. It shot back up into the air. I was like, oh, thank God, because I had my butt cheeks clenched for the crash. It's like it's a beautiful airplane. I really didn't want to lose that one. It's a Corsair with retractable landing gear, and it's just gorgeous.
Nice.
Ta-da! And Beedog gets the last row once again.
Oop, overshot.
Yeah, so this worked pretty well. It is a lot of work though. We definitely need to upgrade our equipment some, like bigger cultivators.
Yeah.
To make this worthwhile, because that way you're not spending so much time doing the field work. But it's kind of fun. I mean, I don't mind it because it's multiplayer, so it's kind of like this gives us stuff to do.
And plus, we don't really run out of stuff to talk about, honestly. Just
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. So I think this is a decent way to do it. So now we're going to seed these 2 fields, and then we'll see what time it is. And oh,
I'll come back and get those.
okay. I'll start cleaning the cultivators off, or the cultivator. What's up, Lelly? Only 1:30. The night is young. Ooh.
That's why it keeps looking different. I didn't realize that the lights are pulsating.
Oh, you got fluorescence?
No, I don't know what's up with them doing that.
Hmm.
I think they have this sort of issue. Changes in certain pictures.
It got pretty decently dirty.
Yeah, mine's starting to too. Well, I turned the speed up a little bit on the dirt
Oh, okay.
to normal. And so, yeah, they're starting to get dirty, which is good. That's what I want to see.
Very weird, but okay.
So that was good. Little midnight fun.
Yeah, that sounded very weird, but okay.
Pardon me. So the Great Plains cedars should be ready to go. I don't know. We probably need to. We'll need to probably refill sometime during the seeding process, but
Okay.
I think we'll be able to get at least one field, but maybe both fields done without having to refill.
Now, how was the whatchamacallit? I need to move this case out of the way. With the the front loader attachments and stuff. How were the controls with that back in 15?
Not bad. Not bad. About the same, really.
Yeah, the only thing that really gets you, whenever I was loading those pallets, is just the tilting on the forks, really.
Yeah, they don't. Stuff doesn't seem to stick real well, which is kind of frustrating. But
That
that's
sticks more to the forks than it should to the floor.
right, exactly, and that gets aggravating. But that's whatever.
Cultivating.
That's what it is.
What's that for?
Well, we're up to 37 hours on this one.
You don't step on step.
47.5.
I'll take the dirty one. That's the one that I was using. I think I filled it up. They should both be full.
Okay.
And we'll start with this back field over here.
Cannolis.
Cannolis. I love canola. Good for cooking. Bauli and Kamola. That's what Goosey used to call it when she was little. It's like, are you going to plant Bauli and Kamola? Yeah, you're going to have a harder time with this one. There's no, what do you call it?
ridge marker.
No ridge marker. And Kyle said they have a 6-meter one of these, like the guys that he works with in real life.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, this is the 3-meter version. I hope somebody makes us an extended one.
Whoever designed this phone put crap dog. Crap. So there's the group of trucks that the last row was on, they're supposed to get down to, leaves way before you even get to that area.
So it's hard to decide. Like, I think we could keep, I don't know, like we could probably still keep using these older tractors to a certain extent. The cost of a new tractor, it's hard to kind of,
Welcome to the new
like, I guess, how many weeks does it take before you're wasting money?
Yeah.
But at some point we should change over to newer tractors. I think we need to obviously save up, though, because in order to get tractors that are going to replace these, we're probably still looking in the $160,000 to $180,000 a piece range,
Yeah, but I think the time scale actually goes by real-time usage, I think.
Yes, it does, yes. So when you get a new one, it's a long time before it, starts to cost you a lot of money.
Yeah.
But these tractors are already way past due,
Oh, yeah.
So I think that that's working against us financially. So how much was it? It was like $5,000, I think. I had 12. I think I had $12,000 or $13,000, and I'm down to $9,000 after midnight when the payment comes out.
Late, it's 1:39.
So we'll have to figure out at some point how we can. I think really what I'll have to do is I'll probably just have to run solo player missions, you know.
Yeah.
And just do it that way. Wait for some of the neighbors' potato fields to get harvested, or sweet beets. The biggest mission I had so far was a sugar beet field, and it was, I want to say 2 hours of play, but it was $180,000.
Wow.
So that was how I afforded that truck and all the logging trailers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I purchased all that stuff with that money. But it's funny how fast it goes. When we started the episode tonight, I had $315,000, and I'm down to $9,000. So we spent $300,000 today.
Okay. I don't know if you missed a part or not.
Looks like it. Come on, what's going on here? Ugh, I hired a worker. There we go. It's all these button combinations. I keep pressing the wrong button. It's hard to tell where you've seeded and where you haven't.
Yeah, it's dark. It's really dark out.
Yeah, at nighttime it's hard to see.
No.
What's the matter, Ryan? Is it sold out? What? I can't see from here, Ryan. No. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
You guys would have gone to that.
I remember seeing them. White Cross at
Striper will perform their full show.
in Akron.
White Cross will play a full hour, and Petrol will also play a full hour.
What? That's in Indianapolis? When? I'll let you go first.
October 29th.
Oh, that's like tomorrow.
Well, today
Is it today?
it's 29th.
Today's the 29th?
Shh, talking
That's
mushrooms.
today, later today, technically.
So tonight. We're heading to Indianapolis right now.
Hey, guys. Okay.
Not.
Are they sold out, Ryan?
Yeah, it's definitely making the tractors bounce around, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
It's not overly done, though, which I like it. It's very subtle.
Yeah. Still seems like it's keeping it online, on course and stuff.
Right. It's funny doing this, too. I watch my friends have an aeration company. Like, they do golf course maintenance. And they were running... He had me do some film. They have 2 John Deere tractors. Both of them are pretty small. One of them has a cabin, one of them doesn't. But they're it's like a 4660 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little tractor. And they have these aerators on the back that poke into the ground and then shimmy the ground up a little bit and then come back out again. And in watching them do that, I got to film them doing it. And so at some point I'll post the commercial on my channel. But it's really cool. They were doing the same thing like what we're doing. We see the 2 tractors working together, going up the field, aerating. It was really neat.
Air rating?
Yep. I still wish John Deere would get in on this. I know they never will, but they probably want some kind of crazy fee to use their name. But in some ways, like we had talked about before, it doesn't make sense because they're. Hope we missed a spot. They're missing out on free advertising.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like all these kids are playing this game and they're going to grow up and be farmers and they're going to buy other brands because hey, remember that cool tractor and remember that cool Massey Ferguson?
Oh, you guys.
Remember that cool John Deere? Nope, it wasn't in the game. I never used that one.
What's that?
Yeah, right. John what?
Air?
But everybody that's a farmer knows John Deere. I mean, they're just, you know, they do make really good equipment. They're just way expensive.
The only thing I don't like is to see this hold up. This, I gotta jump off these without.
It was like that one lonely farmer guy. Do you ever watch his videos?
Yeah.
He's a farmer in, I think, like Wisconsin or something, and he does like, you know, does hay and straw, and he's got a lot of land, like literally hundreds of acres, and a lot of big equipment. And he has those windrowers. Now they don't have them in this game, but they mow and basically windrow at the same time. Have you ever seen one of those before?
Yeah.
Like where it looks like a harvester, but there's no. It just has a mower on the front, and then it's like, it looks like a grasshopper kind of. And he's got a couple of them, and he bought the New Holland one, and it just like basically fell apart within the first year. He had all kinds of problems with it,
Yeah.
and so he ended up buying the John Deere one. The John Deere one was, I think, like probably like 40% more expensive for the same thing, but he said after he'd had it for a while, he's like, this is just, it was so worth it because this one just works, you know. I guess they had all kinds of problems with the New Holland. Same thing with the balers. He was using New Holland balers for a long time, and he had all kinds of problems with them, and he switched over to Krone. It's crazy how those things work. They have like almost like a giant. They're like giant sewing machines. The way that they push the rope through the bales.
Yeah.
It's really interesting how it works, but it's like it's almost like it's sewing the bales together. It's pretty cool stuff.
Oh my god.
All right, so we are going to finish seeding these fields, and we will catch up with you guys on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, Beedog and I are finishing up this field. We have planted all 3 fields again with canola. The last step is going to be, once these have sprouted, we need to do the weeder and see how that works. That the weeder should give us our final layer of fertilization, and then we will be good to harvest that with our new harvester. In the meantime, I'm probably going to run some missions now that it's nighttime, and between days or whatever, I'll do some single-player missions and make some more money. As we've been talking, we kind of both agree that I'm probably going to need to upgrade the tractors here soon, because these are costing a lot of money to operate, and they're losing their value pretty quickly, especially the one that B-Dog's driving, because he's over 45 hours now. What are you,
48.2.
48.2? Yeah, I'm at 38.2 on this one. So we're killing it with these tractors as far as the hours go, but they're also older tractors, so they're extremely expensive to operate. So we're gonna, try to upgrade all 3 tractors here, but that's going to take some time because obviously tractors are not cheap. So it might take me a couple sessions, and we'll replace tractors as they come and go. But it's been fun. We spent a lot of hours with these tractors, and I really like them, and I'm kind of sad to see them go, but at the same time, I think we need to be realistic about it, and it'll also give us the opportunity maybe down the road to upgrade our equipment size too, so we can get stuff done faster. Because this did take that took us probably a good 3 or 4 hours to get all that done.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we get to the second stage and all that stuff, we've spent a lot of time doing this. So, not that it wasn't fun.
No, it's great.
It's definitely great. But it's just, it'll save us some time. We'll be able to get more done in the same amount of time. So, that's the whole goal. So once again, guys, thank you for being with us. Thank you for being part of my channel. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And if you really love us, you can also donate. That helps me to do the contests that we're doing, the giveaways, that kind of stuff. And that will be coming. Oh, my gosh. I have to make a video for tomorrow to announce that. So anyway, have a great night, guys. Be sure to subscribe, and we will see you on the farm.